Let's go. Let's go. Let's expose Tommy Tears. All of these creatures will be exposed. They're diamonds. Diamonds. Diamonds.
Guys, I'm just gonna play this 40-second clip, Tommy, and then I gotta head out for a minute. If you're still alive within the hour, you're not going long. You said, right?
Oh, I hope I die before you're done. Whatever. All right, alive? Yeah, come back if I'm still alive.
Yeah.
But
All right. This
if
is
I die,
George Droid. I appreciate you, Tommy. Thanks, y'all. I'm just gonna share this real quick. I think y'all might appreciate it.
You see, the fentanyl reactor was really crucial to bringing George Floyd back to life. We gave him a robotic body with a niggling that would actually connect with the Negro Tech interface.
At first, I didn't know that we were going to be bringing George Floyd back to life. Bill gave me the rundown on the Fent reactor and the Negro Tech software, and basically told me what they were missing was a way to connect with the Negro Tech interface.
When Microsoft brought back George Floyd in the form of George Droid, Propylon, Negrotech, Nigalink AI, I could only sit back and wonder why they didn't do it sooner.
Big time.
I don't think it worked. I don't think it worked because they just did a mural to him on a wall and God hit it with lightning. So I don't think he'd let the android George Floyd live. What's up, Berserker?
What up,
Peace,
y'all?
y'all. I'll be listening.
See ya.
Yo, wasn't he just the one asking about Tartaria? What's up, yo? Tommy, what's up, man? What's up?
We were just discussing like how I don't know who Tartarian Truth is, and I'm not sure if it's the same as Mudflood or if it's related to Mudflood.
Yo,
But
I can't believe you don't know Tartarian Truth.
No, I know of him, but I don't take it in because I just don't buy the Tartaria theory because some of the pictures they show are a thing we do now where instead of just digging out the whole concrete base for a building, we'll drill these holes and just inject the cement. And then if you dig that away, it looks like some kind of ancient pillars. And those pictures have been used in Tartaria stuff. And a lot of the stuff. Go ahead.
My bad. You want the long and the short of it? So I should let you answer first.
I want Andy being the what's Tartaria. I want him to be the one asking you the questions, and I'll just get what I get from it.
Okay, there's two answers. There's two answers.
I'm so uninformed. I don't really even know what Tartaria is.
All right, let me do my best here. Tartaria was a place on a map that delineated. Yeah, on ancient maps, you could see Tartaria over Siberia and northern China area and Mongolia area, right? It effectively just was a blanket term for an area that wasn't necessarily known about by the West back in 1500s. There wasn't direct communication. We knew of it, but it's more of a blanket term as far as this is mainstream right here. You'll see Tartaria on old maps, right? And it delineates that tract of land. It's like a blanket term for those peoples from Siberia to Russia to Mongolia to China. Okay. That's what that describes. And that's why it's on the old maps. It's also called Tartary. The trope and the internet history research or alternative history research that people do, like John Levi that you guys cited, there's a train of thought that people think that all these cathedrals and even buildings that we allegedly stumbled upon in America were here already, right? I subscribe to that notion of interest when I first started my research. That's what kind of got me in, because I live in Buffalo, and Buffalo would be considered a quintessential city for what these guys are talking about. I'm like, damn, buildings that look like they're submerged under the mud. Okay, it looks like and because of that, they say that there must have been a mud flood that came and made these buildings look like they're, 2 stories underground. Had to have been that. And they don't think that we had the capability to build these cathedrals and these beautiful cathedrals. Okay, so they make the jump and say, well, it must be this ancient high technology civilization of Tartaria because a lot of the buildings look similar to the buildings that are in that part of the world, Russia and stuff like that. And that doesn't even make sense anyway. Long story short, the alternative history take on Tartaria is that there was a free benevolent empire that was giving away free energy via these cathedrals or cathodes, right? And the new controllers wiped them out with World War I as a reset and burned all the buildings and made a mud flood or whatever that covered up all the buildings about halfway and completely wiped out, tried to burn the buildings and knock them out via war because Tartaria was giving away free energy, stuff like that. That's kind of the long and short of it. Also, like John Levi thinks that we couldn't build these type of cathedrals here in America. So, and some of the construction details are a little shoddy. Some, if you follow up on some of the architects' names and stuff like that, the trail does run cold. So it does lend credence to that a little bit. However, they're completely failing, in my opinion, to take into account what you said, Tommy, the ingenuity of man. Even back in the day, in the old world, in 1400s, 1500s, when they were building those crazy cathedrals, that when they started, they knew that they weren't going to be alive to see the end of it.
Yeah.
They don't think that that was possible by those people because they'll use examples of like people were driving around in horse and buggy in that time period, but they made these beautiful cathedrals. So how did they do that? Oh, it must have been the Tartarian Empire with free energy doing that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the long and short of it. And I got into it because of that. I heard, as a matter of fact, John Levi, I don't agree with what he says now because I believe that we do have the ability to make these cathedrals, and even in the time period of horse and buggy. Also, not to mention in America in the late 1700s and early 1800s, the rail line started, and one of the arguments is how can horse and buggy carry these massive blocks on those muddy roads? And that is a good argument, but they fail to bring up other things, like when the railroad lines were invented and you can make spur lines off of them and put them to any construction site and bring these blocks via railroad. Now, that doesn't apply early in European history, but it was a concerted effort, like you said, and I still believe that they were able to do it with human ingenuity. It doesn't have to be Tartarian free energy. So
why do they think Tartaria was like highly advanced? What clues was that leading them?
Because the buildings are so sophisticated, and we don't do that anymore these days. Literally, that's pretty much the only proof that they offer. Like, look at how, like John will say, look at this building, look at how beautiful it is. And I'm kind of making fun of John because I respect him and what he does, even though I disagree with him. He shouted me out a long time ago when I first started, and I got a lot of subs from him, and I appreciate that. And I still kind of bust his balls about it because he doesn't respond to anybody anymore. I still communicate with Wood and Nichols and Ewar. Anybody who's interested in this should check my channel out. I got 2 real good conversations with both those dudes, and we outline and debunk the whole Tartaria bullshit. You know what I mean? That's not to say that there's not mystery to history, though, and there's some crazy shit going on. It's just like the mud flood's bullshit. It's ridiculous that you think there's a fucking flood of mud over the whole earth or the realm, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's happened in regions. Like, there's a city that could catch a mudslide that covers like parts of buildings and shit. But Bingo. Everywhere being like that, like even the Noah flood technically wouldn't have caused something like that. But is maybe the answer to the ornate building is like beautiful ornate construction isn't necessarily the most efficient or durable construction?
That's what I believe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they built it for beauty back in the day, to the beauty of faith in God and stuff like that. Although there's conjecture with that, because Christians, we don't need to build these effigies and stuff like that. We have communication with God directly, and I can just be in a field and have my faith, right? But whatever.
It's more of a contribution by those Catholic pagans and their tall hats and scepters and rituals. They're trying to, hey, well, what are the pagans doing? Let's do that. Let's make beautiful buildings.
Exactly. And now they're all just like block, ugly buildings. And that's a good, I mean, there's merit to that argument that it was beautiful back in the day. Now it's bullshit. And there's a lot of reasons for that. It's money. They don't even care. They don't care to be beautiful.
All right, I'm going to jump in here for a moment. This berserker bear guy, imagine calling yourself that. Does anyone know where the bear comes from? Owen Benjamin's Bears, they call him Big Bear or something. Nobody's triggered, but you're naming yourself after another man. It's dumber than wearing another man's name on the on your back on a jersey. You're worshiping someone. Grown men don't do that. That's not grown man behavior. You're a follower, and your name shows it. Berserker Bear. You're one of the little bears. It's just creepy, dude, and it shows that you're a follower. You're a sheep. And Owen Benjamin's your leader. You're in a little cult. That's weak. That's not strong. That's weak. You're weak. You're weak.
They don't need to be maintained as well.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain them. It's hard to heat them, you know. But Tartarians had free energy. That's another thing. They think that's another concept or another like offshoot of the Tartarian research is that cathedrals, because it sounds like cathode. Well, and they have these spires and lightning poles at the top.
Right.
They must be capturing free energy from the aether. That's what that dude Bernie, the crypto alchemist, was really into. But I've never seen. I know that you can send up a fucking drone with a copper wire, and you can pull some amperage down on the ground with that copper wire. But can you affect heavy movement with that? No.
Well, here's where I'll take it, because in my electricity schooling, there is actually this voltage. I don't know if you want to call it a realm or dimension. There's a voltage dimension that can be tapped that even Nikola Tesla was talking about. And if anything, I think that's where these Tic Tac craft that don't have any kind of like jet engines or anything, I believe that's what's happened, that they can do those, is they're tapping so much power that rather than use a jet or propeller propulsion, you're just reversing the dimensions of gravity because you're pulling that much power to do it. I think that's what Hitler was learning with his psychics to make that like Nazi bell-shaped ship. And I think that's how these Tic Tac craft are operating. But that's just my theory.
There's something to it. And Tesla's work is.
Listen to these dummies. There's something to it. Reversing gravity. Define gravity. Define gravity. What are you talking about? You guys believe so much mainstream shit that your heads are just fucked. You're FUBAR.
Is featured pretty heavily in the Tartarian alternative history research field, and but you know, with his Wardenclyffe Tower and his whole battle between him and Edison, and he went out with the AC as opposed to DC.
Yeah,
but maybe you can transmit energy, but I don't know if you can affect.
That was all propaganda, because Edison and them, they knew that he was onto it, and they wanted the rights to that, and he wasn't a businessman enough to battle it. But to try and scare people from AC, they were going to the World's Fair and like frying live elephants with electricity to be like, see, you want to stick with direct current, don't listen to this AC crap. Look, it's frying the elephant. And it was like some fucked up stuff was going on.
Real fucked up stuff. Edison would fucking electrocute elephants at a fucking, like you just said, at a fair.
At a fucking, yeah, everybody knows that. Everybody that's been on the internet for a few years knows that. You guys are just talking baby truther shit. Now I'll drop a real bomb on you. Was Nikola Tesla a real being or not? Because all the photos of him don't seem real. It doesn't even seem like he really existed at all. It seems fake. It seems like Tesla was just a psyop, that he didn't even exist, as they've done with other figures, historical figures, in this realm throughout history. They can create fictions and say this was a great philosopher, and they weren't even a living person. They didn't exist. Could have been that way with Jesus, your Savior, your Lord and Savior, you slaves on the panel, on the screen there. You slaves. Fools. Fools.
To sway people against. I mean, that's tantamount to like saying you can kill somebody.
See crab, look, it's frying the elephant. It was like some fucked up stuff was going on.
Real fucked up stuff. Edison would fucking electrocute elephants at a fucking, like you just said, at a fair to sway people against. I mean, that's tantamount to like saying you can kill somebody with a fork, though. We get it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's fucking obvious. So,
but
like propaganda. So
I think that the voltage dimension might be a thing because a lot of people don't know we already have surveillance cameras that stay charged off of Wi-Fi signals. Will charge the batteries. Huh?
There's something to it for sure, but I don't think that they were using that to move these massive blocks. You know,
No, but Tesla did show you could transmit electricity through the air, and if he knew that much, then there is a way we could, in essence, just have free energy in the air. But I'm not going to be all Talcott about it. I still think people need to have some kind of responsibility, accountability.
Well, that's it. That's the whole essence of the faith, even, that you could bring that in, because, like, if it's just given to you, you know, are you going to work for it? And you got to till the earth. You know what I mean? You got to put the work in.
But then on the other side, I disagree with the CEO of Nestle that says water isn't a human right, as he bottles up clean water and keeps it in warehouses. But
Promethean.
Robin, as far as that, the higher you go, voltage you go, higher is relative to are you standing on a thing with gravity. But I'll look more into the voltage dimension. I only dabbled in it for a while.
I'll give a shameless plug to my own channel too. Fucking Berserking History. That's what I do. I promote. I have a library that I was bestowed from my family that has a lot of old academic books. Not real old. Not like Archaics. Archaics is his channel is pretty interesting. He's got a phenomenal. He's very knowledgeable. He has his memory recall and chronology of timeline history.
This is what most dummies believe intelligence to be. Memory recall, knowledge, being able to memorize shit from old books. He's a typical dummy. There were a dime a dozen. There were millions of them in high school like that, all across America, Canada, Europe, everywhere. Like this dummy on the screen. Phenomenal memory recall. It has a lot of knowledge. It's pathetic. They won't mention his crimes, though, of course. But this is what these creatures do. They yap and yap and yap and yap and yap. They just run their mouths. They love to hear themselves talk. Why don't you talk about Jason's crimes? Why don't you talk about what he is? There are people in this realm who have, let's say, pi, the number pi, memorized hundreds and hundreds of digits, like an incredible amount. It's just a parlor trick. Have you ever heard that expression? Some of you have, some of you haven't. It's not useful. It doesn't achieve anything. There are people that can memorize books. They have a photographic memory. They could memorize a whole book and read it back to you. And they live as mentally retarded people. That's reality. That's reality. Now, I'm not saying, have no memory then if you don't have a foot. No, I'm not saying that. That's unfortunately what a lot of humans do. They go to the extremes. They'll say, well, if you don't have a photographic memory, what are we supposed to do? Remember nothing? No, I'm just saying that your memory doesn't mean that you're high IQ, that you're highly intelligent, that you're an original thinker, that you're a problem solver, that you have this realm figured out. Jason, my Phoenix, my books. He believes in a God, a good God, like he's a fool. I don't care what you can memorize. It's not going to help you get out of here. That's my main focus. Freedom. A little thing called freedom that these idiots never focus on. Go ahead. Hype up a convicted sex offender. Look at his face. Looks like he's getting ready for Jason. He's getting ready to receive Jason, you might say. He's getting ready to blow Jason, this bear character. Look at Faggoty Andy. All three of them are that though on this show. All three.
Old academic books, not real old, not like Archaics. Archaics is his channel is pretty interesting. He's got a phenomenal. He's very knowledgeable. He has his memory recall and chronology of timeline history is fucking insane. I give him that. I disagree.
He's got his record because the 3-letter crew are always referencing his record to try and like bring him down. But I'm not too familiar with his stuff.
The 3-letter crew gets old though. I mean, I give props to Chalk with what he does, even maybe EBT because he does a little shit. But those guys, not Chalk, but like EBT gets crushed too much. I can't watch him. And TBE, I mean, he's not even on the fucking radar. That dude's a fucking scrub.
Yeah, they've all. I mean, I'm not going to be too pompous and say I've had a hand in it, but I think the whole panel versus fell off at this point. I mean,
Berserker Bear. I don't really know this guy, but he's kind of dresses like Chalk Body Outline. He's one of these wiggers that never grew up. Must be 40 years old. You never grew up. You act and speak and dress like a teenager, like a 13-year-old. What's the difference between you? Okay? Think about it.
the Talcots are
don't sell yourself short, dog.
Right. And I mean, I'm always here, but I feel like as a whole, with all the channels, we could have been so much more. But, you know, narcissist gonna narcissist.
I think that, yeah, I agree with you. I think that Chalk and EBT could have had it. And Chalk, again, I'll give credit where it's due. And real recognizes real. I'll respect him for what he does.
More wigger talk, more real recognizes real. What are you? A rapper wannabe? Like a wigger? What the fuck are you? Real recognizes real. Grow up. Grow the fuck up.
He kind of did me dirty with me going at fucking
channels. We could have been so much more. But, you know, narcissist gonna narcissist.
I think that, yeah, I agree with you. I think that Chalk and EBT could have had it. And Chalk, again, I'll give credit where it's due. And real recognizes real. I'll respect him for what he does. He kind of did me dirty with me going at fucking toilet bowl earth and shit. He kind of jumped on that, but I smacked those dudes around. You seen that, Tommy? Nobody did what I did and retired all those motherfuckers. Like the heavy.
I still got it on my hard drive. Yeah.
No one fucking. You don't need to, but like if you seen it, you seen it. It was if you were there to see it, then you were there to see it. TBE fucking deletes all his shit anyway. But I made all those motherfuckers rage quit. So that's besides the point. That's what I research history. I haven't put a video out in a minute. I've been busy with work and family, but I've been getting the itch back, and I'm making a video right now. And I use my old books. That's what
I think the itch he has is probably herpes or maybe gonorrhea or crabs or something like that. That's the itch I think he's talking about. He loves to yap and talk. He loves to hear himself talk, though. This guy's a real talker.
That's the essence of what I promote, because a lot of channels just sit on the computer and hit next on the pictures. And right off the bat, I noticed that got boring. And I'm like, I'm in this city of Buffalo. It kind of has a good cross section of all the different facets of what these fuckers are calling Tartaria. Old buildings, allegedly mud flooded buildings. So that's why I started doing my shit. And
Buffalo sucks. Buffalo absolutely sucks. It stinks. There's a buffalo smell. It stinks. Buffalo, you stink. You stink, Buffalo.
Sat down at the Tartarian campfire, believe I sniffed it out for what it was and kept moving. I still research history, but my point is I bring my own books to bear. I share them. If you want to see them, I make them available through my Discord. And I get another important thing is I get out in the field. As opposed to other people, John does every so often, but some motherfuckers just sit behind the keyboard and say, it's Tartaria, it's Tartaria. I, on the other hand, get out in the field work, right? And walk on what I research and show it. So that's two different facets that I bring to the table that others don't. And I like history. I'm in a city that, what people are calling Tartarian cities, and I just don't see it. I see other shit. I see what I believe to be ancient waterways and canals that I'm getting into and doing that.
Are you an Owen Benjamin Bear? Is that where Berserker Bear?
Oh,
is that where your name comes?
Yeah, Sanity Machine. You know what the fuck I am. My name is Berserker Bear because I'm a fan of Owen. Yeah. What do you want to say? Do you want to get slapped?
Listen to this fucking dummy. He doesn't want to answer the question. He wants to start shit right away, this loser. Look at his face. He looks like he's from Buffalo. They all look inbred, like they've fucking all related in Buffalo. They have that Buffalo accent. Anyway, I just can't stand that fucking place. I'm not surprised that he's from Buffalo. And I don't know this creature, but I could tell right away. He has the creepy creature vibes. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a pretender. He's a braggart. He's boastful. He's a piece of shit. Piece of shit.
Around too.
You're a fan of Owen. Slapped around.
I see what I believe to be ancient waterways and canals that I'm getting into and doing that.
Are you an Owen Benjamin Bear? Is that where Berserker Bear?
Oh,
is that where your name comes?
Yeah, Sanity Machine. You know what the fuck I am. My name is Berserker Bear because I'm a fan of Owen. Yeah. What do you want to say? Do you want to get slapped around too?
You're a fan of Owen. Slapped around.
I think you're funny. Metaphorically, yeah.
Shut up for a second. You couldn't slap around Jello.
I know
you couldn't slap around shit. You're a loser. All you do is talk over. You're a loser. You're a loser. You don't do any research. All you do is talk over. That's all you do is talk over.
Talk over and project.
You're a loser.
You can go back and forth. You just come in and ruin it.
Talking and talking, nothing. You've been saying nothing. Why don't you wash Owen Benjamin's balls?
Why don't you?
A grown man calling himself a bear. How pathetic! You're pathetic, dude.
You want to come in and derail? Can't derail here.
Go wash his balls. Go lick his balls.
Tell your
mom.
Go
suck his balls.
Tell your mom.
Call yourself a bear.
Little boy.
Keep talking over. That's all you can do.
No, you do. So I'm doing.
Call yourself a bear. Look at you.
You shit on everybody, and you don't put any good content out. So
I put out tons of truth. You put out nothing.
You're a worthless.
You do nothing.
You're a worthless.
Go blow Owen Benjamin.
Catalog of videos.
Go blow him.
Look at my catalog.
I don't care who you get along with. You're a loser.
Then why are you bringing it up?
You're a loser.
You could say that.
I came up on here to straighten some things.
Keyboard coward.
Sorry,
Sanity Machine.
Sorry, I suspected it was probably Steven, but I got dropped out. Steven, if you want to do some real shit, come up for the real shit. Don't play your games. And Steven, thanks for that clip today on Jax.
He won't be.
Hold on. Thanks for that. Hold on. Thank you, Steven. And now the dirt bike's going by. That sign says no gas motor vehicles on it, but we don't listen. They don't listen. Steven was on Jax today saying, no, that's not my chat. That's not my thing, Jack. I don't impersonate people. I'll do Goth Talcott, but I don't go around here impersonating people. And I have footage of him directly going up on CBO trying to pass as that retarded kid, Brandon Looney Tunes 3000. He went up there literally with his picture and his name trying to be him on their panel. Steven, you're a liar. You're an angry crybaby trying to get into this community, and we accepted you, and you denied it. So go back to Jax where he'll hear you out, because
Tommy's a gaslighting narcissist. He's a liar. He's a loser. And he can't take that I group him in with the rest of the scum in the panelverse. And he's no different. He said we could have been. Like, he considers it a community because he has nothing in life. Only losers would consider cockroaches a community. And he does. Tommy does. He's not an outsider. He's part of the fucking Team Evil cockroach community. So are the rest of these creatures. They're losers. They're losers. That's what they are. Losers. And you're the crybaby. You cry tears many times, and you never see me doing that. You lie, you warp, you twist, you gaslight. You're a piece of shit. Piece of shit. You're as bad as all the rest of them, Tommy. No different.
It's on your soul that I was in the backstage typing, no, leave me and Steven both up on the stage. But no, Steven, you can try and back Jack, put your tips on Jack, and see how it goes.
Yo.
Oh, also, faggot.
When you say Steven, Sanity Machine, right? That fuck up?
Yeah, his name's Steven. Yeah.
So he's so tough. He's so fucking tough. As soon as he comes back, he kicks me off his show. He can't handle me. He can't handle the truth. You're a pussy. You're a mod god, Tommy. You're a loser. You're a weakling. That's what you are. You're a weakling. Tommy. Tommy Tears. Tommy Tears. Druggy Tommy.
I was listening to your panel a couple days ago, and he was entertaining. He kept on telling DJM to shut up because she always just derails too. Like,
he can be good. He just
against DJM because I got no qualms, whatever. But
he's stupid. But no,
sometimes
Steven.
with
Listen,
like frivolous shit, you know.
I've never-
Or a fucking Sanity Machine was calling her out every time she was talking. He's like, "Shut up! You don't bring." And I was laughing my ass off.
I probably promoted it because sometimes that's what DJM needs. She's ruined many of my streams, and I only don't get mad because like her ruining it sometimes is a thing of entertainment, and she's oblivious to like that she does it every.
You didn't promote anything at all. You weren't even there. You got dropped off, and I took over your show. Do some more drugs. You don't remember shit.
Time.
Right.
But I've given
me.
Steven the credit in the past. Me and Steven can cook. We've done good stuff, but something happened in this panelverse that he is driven to Professor Chaos anger. Like he will not come back from whatever it is that's got that little boy pissed off.
No, I'm not angry. You're making up shit. That's what you do. You lie. Something happened. What happened? You just make up shit. I'm tired of you cockroaches. That's all you do. You don't have any truth. You don't seek truth. You don't seek understanding. You make up lies. That's all you do is lie, 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 lie. You're a pack of liars.
Dude, especially as you mentioned, like for some reason, the polarizing character that is Owen Benjamin is fucking insane.
He's not polarizing. He's just a loser. And so are you. Losers.